So in this video, we're going to be talking about the easiest way to become a millionaire, and that is through the use of a tool called the Roth IRA. Now, I know a lot of you guys are already familiar with this investment vehicle, but I'm hoping for those of you that are completely new to it to explain to you guys how powerful this is and why this is, in my opinion, the easiest way to generate a massive amount of wealth for yourself. But before I get into that, I want to explain the concept here of the fast lane path to becoming a millionaire versus the slow lane path. And I think a lot of people who watch these videos about how to become a millionaire are always looking for that fast lane path. And in my opinion, the fast lane path for becoming a millionaire is starting your own business or having some kind of investment in yourself. And I have absolutely no problem with that. I've invested in myself. I've started my own online business, and so I totally get that strategy of the fast lane life. And if that's something you want to do, the fast lane path to becoming a millionaire, I think you should totally follow that path. But if you are interested in a slower path to becoming a millionaire, which is through long-term investing, that is exactly what I'm going to teach you in this video. So there are three different components here involved with this process. Number one is a fee-free Roth IRA. I'm going to give you guys an option at the end here of a fee-free Roth IRA. Number two, the second piece of this is regular contributions to this account, where you're contributing money on a weekly or monthly or yearly basis. And then number three is simply time, allowing your money to have time to grow. I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with compound interest, which is where you're able to earn interest on your interest. And that is how billionaires like Warren Buffett have generated massive amounts of wealth for themselves, is because of that compounding effect and earning interest on the interest that you've already earned. So first of all, let's go ahead and answer the question here of what is a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA is a type of IRA, which is an individual retirement account, and most people confuse it with the 401k. They say, well, I already have a 401k, so why would I need this Roth IRA? Well, the 401k is an employer-sponsored retirement plan, and not all people are offered a 401k based on your job. A lot of people in the service industry are not offered 401ks because they are not technically employed by anybody. They're just getting paid for their services. So not everybody has this option for a 401k. Those things can be loaded with fees, and they may not actually be the best investment for you. Now with that 401k, you are putting away money tax-free. You're taking money that you haven't paid tax on and you're shelling it into your 401k. And then when you reach retirement age and begin to draw from that account, you're paying taxes down the road. So it's basically like a tax-deferred account. You're gonna pay taxes later when you're taking money out. The Roth IRA, on the other hand, is completely different. With the Roth IRA, you're taking money, you're taking your post-tax income, money you've already paid taxes on, putting it into this account. But the beauty is when you draw from this account, once you reach retirement age, you're paying no taxes on that. So basically with the Roth IRA, you're paying a small amount of taxes now to avoid taxes later versus the 401k where you're avoiding a small amount of tax today and paying a large tax bill down the road. Now, the important thing to remember here is that because this is an IRA, this is a retirement account. It is meant for retirement savings, and the age for withdrawal at this point is 59.5 for any earnings from the Roth IRA. So basically, any contributions you make into a Roth IRA, you can withdraw without paying taxes or penalties. But if you take out any of the earnings from a Roth IRA, you're going to pay taxes as well as a penalty. So if you decide to put money into a Roth IRA, this isn't the kind of thing where you're going to change your mind 2 years from now and empty out that account. Otherwise, you're going to pay taxes and penalties on the earnings or the interest that you earn from that account, not the amount that you originally contributed. And on the other hand, if you were to dip into a 401k early, you're going to pay taxes and you're going to have a penalty on any amount that you withdraw, because that's money that you haven't already paid taxes on. So the amazing thing about the Roth IRA is that it essentially allows you to pay zero taxes on potentially decades of compounding interest based on when you start. A 20-year-old could basically have their money compounding for the next 40 years, earning interest on interest every single year, paying absolutely no taxes on that income through the use of the Roth IRA. And a lot of people make this mistake of investing through a taxable account, and they don't realize that you can direct a Roth IRA and put whatever you want into that. You can hold individual stocks, you can hold index funds. It doesn't necessarily have to be just a mutual fund that you're investing in through the Roth IRA. All you are doing is making the decision of, I don't want to pay taxes on this income, and so you are basically putting it in that tax-sheltered account and growing that money for yourself later on in life. So how much can you contribute to a Roth IRA? Well, if you are under 50 years old, you can contribute, as of the current tax laws, $5,500 per year. And if you are 50 and up, they allow you to have a catch-up period where you can contribute another $1,000 on top of that, or $6,500 per year. So now the burning question you have is, how do you become a tax-free millionaire following this strategy? So let's say, for example, you contributed $5,500 per year, you maxed out your Roth IRA contribution from age 20 to age 60. Now, I know a lot of people are going to stop me right there and say, where am I going to get $5,500? And the first thing I want to tell you is a lot of people get a tax refund at the end of the year, and for most people that is anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000. So if you committed to putting that into your Roth IRA as opposed to spending it on a vacation or just dumping it into your checking account and God knows where it goes, that could be a way that you find a large amount of the money that's going to go into that Roth IRA, is just by putting your tax refund aside and allowing that money to grow tax-free. But let's say you find a way to maximize your contribution every year at an 8% return, which is basically the average return from the stock market over the last 100 years. Well, over those 40 years, you will have contributed $219,840. But how much money have you earned through compound interest at that 8% return? You've earned $1,203,934.63. So your total there after those 40 years is just about $1.4 million. $1,423,774.63. And how much did you pay in taxes? Zero. You didn't pay any money in taxes because you already paid taxes on the money that you contributed. Now let's compare that, on the other hand, to somebody who followed the exact same strategy, had the same contribution, the same 8% compounded return, but they did this through a taxable account. They will have to pay long-term capital gains tax on that $1,203,934.63. And based on the current tax laws, for most people that's going to be a 15% long-term capital gains tax rate. They would have a tax bill of $180,590.19. So this is the price people pay by making this mistake of not investing through a Roth IRA and investing through a taxable account. That right there could be a potentially $200,000 mistake by not investing through a Roth IRA and keeping yourself tax sheltered. And this right here is a way that you can allow yourself to become a tax-free millionaire by maximizing your contributions to a Roth IRA each year. Now, like anything out there, there are some pros and cons to the Roth IRA, so let's go ahead and talk about what those are now. First of all, the pros. Number one, you can grow your money tax-free because you're paying taxes on the way in. That is the most desirable feature of the Roth IRA for most people. Number two, one of my favorite reasons for looking at a Roth IRA is that you can lock in your tax rate today. And a lot of people don't necessarily know what this means, but do you think that taxes are going to be higher in the future, the same, or lower? If you think that taxes are going to be higher in the future by any chance, and based on our national debt, there is a good chance that taxes will be higher, you can lock in that tax rate today by paying taxes now and not paying taxes later. Through the 401k, you're waiting to pay taxes in some cases 20, 30, or 40 years down the road, and you have absolutely no idea what the tax structure is going to look at or going to look like at that point in time. And then the third pro is the fact that you can withdraw contributions penalty-free. So if anything happens down the road and you need to pull out some money, you can pull out your contributions without paying a penalty, and you've already paid taxes on that money. versus money in a 401k. If you have to draw from that, you're going to have to pay taxes and you're going to have to pay some kind of penalty, which I believe is around 10%. It is a nasty bill, not something that you want to have to do. What are the cons of a Roth IRA? Number one, you have to pay taxes up front. And for some people, they like having their money invested without paying taxes. They'd rather pay that tax bill later. Number two, the maximum contribution is low, of $5,500 per year. You're not going to be able to grow a Roth IRA to, tens or hundreds of millions of dollars unless you're really good at investing that money and allocating it. And then number three, there are income limitations with the Roth IRA. If you make over a certain dollar amount, you are not allowed to open one. But if you are in that situation, you need to look up something called a backdoor Roth IRA. Through a conversion of a different type of retirement account, you can open a Roth IRA. It's called the backdoor Roth. Check that one out on Google. So that is how you can become a tax-free millionaire through the use of a Roth IRA. And as promised in the beginning, I'm going to share with you guys what, in my opinion, is a great option here for a fee-free Roth IRA, and that is the retirement accounts offered through M1 Finance. I'm going to actually open it up and show you guys exactly what that looks like. But I did want to mention I'm going to include a link for M1 Finance down below in the description. It is an affiliate link. You guys don't have to use it if you don't want to, but understand that your use of that link certainly helps me out and helps to support my channel and allows me to spread more videos and messages like this. So first of all, why do I like M1 Finance? It is not because I'm an affiliate. It has nothing to do with that. I think it is a great platform, especially for retirement accounts. Number one, the first reason why is that M1 Finance doesn't charge you a penny. There are zero fees associated with investing through M1 Finance, other than the fees that you're going to pay if you invest in some kind of ETF, and you're going to pay those fees regardless of the brokerage that you go through. Number two, M1 Finance offers dozens of professionally built portfolios, and they offer you some level of guidance here in terms of putting together a well-diversified portfolio. And I do not know of a single other free brokerage account out there that is offering this service to people without charging. Number three, you can have complete automation of your investment through M1 Finance. So if you wanted to contribute $100 a week, $100 a month, whatever dollar amount you want to contribute, so you can set that on a schedule and automatically be investing into your taxable account or into your retirement account through M1 Finance. Number four, very simple user interface. It is one of the best user experiences, in my opinion, of any brokerage company out there. They have a really easy to follow app. And then number five, the minimum to get started with a retirement account is just $500. So the barriers to entry are not very high. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump into my phone here and I'm going to show you guys exactly what this looks like and how you can set up a fee-free Roth IRA with M1 Finance. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what these retirement portfolios look like. I already have an account set up with M1 Finance, so I can't show you guys that initial step, but it's very easy. You're just going to download the app, click sign up, and then you're going to select a Roth IRA, opening up a retirement account. And once you go ahead and open that account, that is when you can fund it and begin investing in a portfolio. So what I want to show you guys is the retirement portfolios that are offered through M1 Finance. And that's what I'm going to show you guys now by creating a new pie. So what you're going to do is you're going to go over here to Expert Pies, and you can see specifically they have a plan for retirement. So these pies are ideal for those who are planning their investing strategy around retirement, focused on building wealth while young and maintaining their portfolio later on, and desiring a portfolio that automatically updates to align with their goals. So totally automated portfolio. So let's go ahead and click on that. And then all you're going to do is click right here and type in the year or select the year that you plan on retiring. So let's say in my case, being about 25 years old, I'm turning 24 soon, that would mean I'm going to ideally retire in about 40 years, which would be around 2060. So I would just select 2060, and there are my options right there. 2060 conservative, moderate, and aggressive, and those are all going to be based on your risk tolerance. If you have a large tolerance for risk, and you don't mind if there's, large fluctuations within your portfolio, you might pick 2060 aggressive. If you don't have a lot of risk tolerance, you would pick conservative. And if you're somewhere in the middle, that would be the 2060 moderate portfolio. All you would do is select that portfolio. You can read more about it and begin investing through M1 Finance. So if you click on that specifically, you can get more information on this portfolio, look at the return over the last 1 year, 3 years, and 5 years, and see if this is a good selection for you. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. This is an exact strategy of how you can become a tax-free millionaire through the use of the Roth IRA, and you can invest in a Roth IRA fee-free through M1 Finance. Like I said, I have a link in the description. It's an affiliate link if you guys decide to sign up. But again, you do not have to use that if you don't want to. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any friends you want to share this with, if they want to also become a tax-free millionaire, feel free to share this with them as well. But if not, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment if you're following this strategy, and I will see you in the next video.